Yeah.
Alrighty, welcome to the very first UltraPod podcast. Today this is a show where we will be discussing various topics related to gaming, entertainment, TV, anime, and first world problems. So
Even though there are no first world problems
yeah,
that I can think of,
yeah.
which
Anyways, I'm here with my friend Trains of Fortune, and I am Jerry,
oh,
known as Wacko. And today we will let's start by the new Call of Duty DLC came out recently. It was buried. Well, officially it was Vengeance. I have not tried a single one of the multiplayer maps yet, though.
I have. They're pretty fun, but I mean, my first experience with them was laggy, so I was kind of starting to get mad.
Ah,
I'm not like rage quit mad, but just like this is really laggy.
I see.
Basically, the type of rage you get whenever it's lagging.
Yeah,
I mean, eventually I quit, but that's because I wanted to try out buried.
I see. Anyways, so buried. Um, Overall, what do you think of the new mechanics?
Um,
Like,
I'd say my favorite is Leroy.
mm-hmm.
And one there's just a few things that are just awesome. One, he destroys stuff in a drunken rage, which I just kind of find funny. Two, um, whenever okay, now this is something that you don't initially find. Basically, what you do is whenever you have one zombie left, if you make it a crawler and then give Leroy candy, he will pick it up and just carry it around. He'll follow you around and while carrying the crawler. And
Which
another thing, what? Go ahead.
that's pretty awesome considering that you don't have to worry about the crawler when it's like that.
I know, but if it's not the last crawler, then we'll kill it. But
Ah,
if it is, then he will pick it up and carry it around. Another cool thing about him is that he can build the stuff, the workbench stuff.
really?
Basically, what you do is uh you grab candy, and basically what you do is kind of like whenever you give him booze, you have it so that he's facing with his back to the workbench. You give him candy. He goes to the workbench, studies the blueprints, and then he runs, grabs the parts, and then and then he builds it all in one go.
That's
And it's
quite
just so
awesome.
helpful. It's so
He's
helpful just because you don't
he's
have to run
Leroy
around.
Builder. He can fix it. Leroy the Builder. Yes, he
Shut up.
can. Oh
He's
yeah,
not Leroy the Builder. He's Leroy Jenkins.
indeed. Um,
Um. Oh, there's the new perk, Vulture's 8 Elixir.
Vulture
What are
8
your thoughts on
Elixir.
that?
Awesome. It's just plain awesome. It's really nice how it kind of. I think the best part of it is how it gives you ammo and points.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small amount of points, and it gives you one or two rounds every time you pick it up. But I mean, it adds up over time, especially whenever you're running like trains on the higher rounds. Then
Right,
it's
and
just it. Then like you can just mow down all the zombies with, say, the ray gun Mark II or that new pistol. The um, I think it's called Remington. Uh, it's like the Remington New Model Army or something. And it
uh,
was I really like it. It's basically the new Python.
see, well, the thing is, if I'm right that the little bags give you 20 points, if you kill 150 zombies, you've got your money back for buying the perk. So well, if you get 150 of those bags, rather. And also, I mean, you stand in that green stuff and the zombies don't go near you. It's awesome.
But of course, it's only whenever you have that perk. If you don't, then it's
Yeah.
really just there. But I also like how it shows where the perks are, because I actually had no idea where a double tap was, and the perk kind of showed me where it was, which I really don't like where it is.
In
Because
the
I mean,
mansion?
yeah, because the mansion, and I mean, pardon my language here, but this is what I feel it is. Which I actually got this off of a YouTuber, because this is what he calls them. It's the House of Mad Bitches.
Yeah, pretty much. um,
I mean, they literally, like, on your first run through, they will, if you're the only one going through and you have other people in the game, they'll spawn near the other players. And so, like, you can be walking through the town, all of a sudden, someone will spawn behind you. You don't know it, you turn around, and it's right there. It's gonna freak you out.
yeah,
Which, I mean, I really don't like that. I say that they should just kind of stay in the house, or just spawn in the house. Like, because, I mean, the I kind of lost where I was going with that. So
yeah,
I
you did. Anyways, we were actually recording this on Independence Day or the 4th of July. It probably won't be uploaded then, but, um, keep hearing fireworks from the outside, and it's
I
insane.
don't
Oh,
I don't because I'm in a different time zone than him. I'm in Eastern. He's in a time zone.
Pacific. Um, anyways, so I'm thinking. I'm
Uh,
thinking.
oh, I
Well,
like
we
how
were
they
talking
have.
about buried, right? Yeah, we were.
Yeah, I like how they have the bank in the fridge and buried immediately.
Yeah, where is the weapon locker in buried?
You know the general store?
Yeah,
You know where the barrels are?
kinda. Yeah, over there.
It's on the bottom floor. There's those barrels. Then there's a cabinet that's the new fridge.
All right. I sometimes wish they would do maps that weren't. I mean, I do understand that it's on like the newer maps are on like a wrecked Earth sort of, but I do wish they would do maps that weren't in a place that was so torn up sometimes, like Moon.
I that was a pretty good map. I just didn't really
It was
like the
really,
zero G.
yeah, I didn't like that, and it was kind of hard and kind of big and kind of complicated.
I think that was the biggest map they had before Transit. 'Cause Transit's I think Transit's the biggest map,
And
and
it's
I
also
hate
the
that.
worst.
I just hate it. Yeah, Transit, because of its size, is one of the worst zombies maps in my opinion. I think, in Jerry's opinion too.
Well, I think it's just because
It's
yeah.
just because it's so hard to know your perks. And
Mhm.
then the new perk they implemented, Tombstone, it honest to God does not make any sense whatsoever for them to put it in that map. Just because it's so big. I mean, if they put it in buried, it would make a lot of sense. I mean, one, Tombstone, the theme for it is Western, and it's more or less a Western town. And the reason I'm saying more or less because on the map it shows that it's in Africa,
Yeah.
and like I would just custom Tombstone with buried, especially since it's the smallest map on well, the smallest storyline map on Black Ops 2 Zombies.
Yeah. Nuketown was smaller.
Yeah, but it's not a storyline map.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Anyways,
I like how they put in. Oh wait, did I already talk about the bank in the fridge?
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if I talked about that, so I had to make sure.
Um, now about the zombies characters, do you like the original set more or do you like the newer set more?
Uh, that's kind of a tough one. Um,
Because the older one has
I'm gonna
Richtofen.
I'm gonna have to go with the older. characters,
Yeah. Only thing is, I hate Dempsey, so
which I really don't see why you hate him so much.
he's annoying.
He's
Like,
the stereotypical American. You can't say American because then he'd be really fat.
uh,
There's Americans, and then there's Americans.
I see.
Okay, before I offend any more people, let's go ahead and move away from that topic. So, who's
Yeah.
your favorite character from both the old set and the new set?
Like, considering both,
Like, who's your favorite in the old set, and who's your favorite in the new set?
Richtofen in the old set, Marlton in the new set, or Russman in the new set. I can't decide between Marlton and Russman.
I agree on you with the old characters with Richtofen. With the new characters, I'm gonna have to go with Stuhlinger.
Really?
Yeah, I like the crazy ones. Because I feel like they're the funniest ones there. 'Cause, I
Yeah.
mean, Marlton, he's the nerdy one, so everything he says is smart and sometimes doesn't make a lot of sense considering. I mean, it's just considering the type of situation they're in. So, like, I don't understand how he would comment about a sniper rifle and, like, one of his quotes is, this isn't exactly. Basically, it's saying how how his companions don't see the true elegance of sniper rifles. I think I actually got that exactly right. But, like, why would you make a comment like that during the zombie apocalypse? Like, it's just given the type of situation they're in that some of the comments they make don't make any sense.
Yeah. True. Well, I think Russman has some of the funniest quotes, like, but Stuhlinger has some pretty funny ones, though, too. Misty's kind of annoying.
Yeah, yeah, to admit she's if one of the there's always that one annoying character in.
Dempsey, Misty.
Well, I mean, I agree with you on Misty, but I'm gonna have to go with. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on both of them. I was going to say Taku, but then I was like, Taku doesn't really say very much, so.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I agree with you on both of them.
Yeah.
Although I find Dempsey as annoying as Misty. I think we actually covered everything with Buried.
Yeah, pretty much, except for a few things, but who cares about that?
Right, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Um, Anyways, so another thing that's happened recently, Matt Smith is announced that he's leaving Doctor Who.
Actually, I think it happened last month.
Yeah, it's been a while. Um, and that I kind of expected something like that to happen.
How long has he been? He's been in the show for 3 seasons.
Yep, same length as David Tennant was in.
I have to admit, I was really hoping he was going to go for a fourth season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in retrospect, you really should have seen his regeneration coming, considering that it's been 3 seasons. I don't think there's been a Doctor that's gone for 4 seasons.
I think one of the older doctors, the one who always wore the scarf, I think he might have gone for. Well, I mean, not necessarily in seasons. And I guess when we're talking about the new ones, none have gone for more than 3 seasons. But then again, there's only been 3 of them. But in the original ones, like the old 1970s ones, I think the one who wore the scarf went for more years than David Tennant.
The fourth Doctor.
Yeah.
I really like him.
Yeah.
He just seems like he's a good doctor. I haven't seen anything with him, or I really haven't seen anything with the older doctors.
Yeah.
Bits and pieces of episodes, but I've never really seen one. But he looks like a really good doctor.
I would agree. He does.
So do you think Clara is going to be leaving also?
It was rumored, but I don't think she is, considering that she was really only there as a companion for half a season.
Which, I mean, I wouldn't really think so either, but it honestly would make sense, considering that on the show she was basically just the girl that was to save the doctor.
Yeah.
the last uh the last episode in season 7.
We won't spoil too much, but she had to save him.
Yeah. To
And
be honest, I think we should just go ahead
yeah.
and there is minor spoilers.
Who cares? This is a casual thing. Yeah.
Hey, why is saying that there's minor spoilers? Because there's probably gonna be people that are like, why you do this?
Yeah. Anyways. But yeah. And then what do you think about the 50th anniversary special? Because David Tennant is returning for that.
That's the one in November, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna do what they did with two of the older uh doctor specials where they bring back all the other doctors.
Well,
Uh,
they probably aren't gonna bring back Christopher Eccleston because
I'm not really. I mean, they might, but like in two of the old specials, uh, they brought back the older doctors. So like for the with the third doctor, well, I guess they did a special where it was the three doctors. It was the third one, the second one, and technically the first one, but the first one didn't really make it all the way, so he was just kind of there to give them small tips.
uh
But yeah, I think they're gonna do something kind of like that, considering they're bringing back David Tennant.
they're bringing back David Tennant, and then John Hurt is gonna be starring as some form of the Doctor. We don't know whether it's gonna like we're pretty much guessing, and it's it's speculation, but everyone pretty much knows he's gonna be the Doctor who was in the Time War because that's a area of time that's been kind of left out in the Doctor Who story.
Well, actually, whenever he left to go to the Time War, that was actually involved in the show. I mean, it was an older episode. Like I think it may have been the fourth, fifth, or sixth Doctor, one of the earlier ones, like really early. But uh, it shows whenever he has to go to the Time War.
Which means it could even be before them. Maybe it's like before the first Doctor, even.
We no one can really say for sure, except for the people that are
Right.
in Doctor Who.
Which Stephen Moffat, basically, he's the one who's written the. I think he'll be writing the story for that episode.
Who knows?
He will, trust me.
Do you think John Hurt is going to be the next Doctor?
No, no, I doubt it because he's kind of a big time actor. He's not like a someone who can just go around doing TV shows.
Actually, I remember watching something, and it was an interview with Jenna Louise Coleman, who's Clara in the show, and one of the things she said was that they had no idea who the next Doctor was going to be.
Right. So it's obviously not going to be him.
So, do you think the doc? What do you want to see in the next Doctor?
As much as people, I think if they would have if they made him a girl, which a lot of people want him to do, they want them to make him into a girl. If they made him a girl, it would have to be just the right person.
What do you mean by just the right person?
Like it would have to be someone who kind of fit the role, and the thing is, it's really hard to do that with a woman just because he's kind of a, I think they would have.
Like, is it like why do you think that exactly? Because I'm not really following at this point.
Because the thing is, he's a very, he's kind of switched roles between being the professorial to the clown to the hero, so it's
So the rage face
who
guy.
who is the rage face guy?
I don't know.
He's been everything. um
It has.
which I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they should go back to like an older character for him to be cast as if they don't do him as a girl. Like because they've until Christopher Eccleston, all the characters who he
All
was
before Christopher Eccleston, all the characters wore
all the
shirts.
doctors were
Yeah, all the doctors wore collared shirts. He was the lucky one that didn't have to.
or didn't get to.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, he's been the only doctor who hasn't worn some sort of formal wear.
yeah, he just wore a leather jacket, a plain shirt, and jeans.
Indeed. But all the older doctors were like older guys, they weren't super young.
Uh,
Well, there
well,
were.
that's true. There was one every once in a while, but of course, there's only been 11 doctors.
Yeah.
So,
I think there were a couple who were a bit younger. I think like Peter Davidson. I can't remember which one that was, but I know there was one that people kind of hated, and he got kicked off, and nobody loved him. Well, not like that. Like I think he was only on for one season, and then he
like kind of like Eccleston.
yeah. Only the older seasons were a bit different, weren't they? They were in 4 parts.
Yeah. Like now, it basically 4 episodes of the old Doctor Who is 1 episode of the new Doctor Who, because in total each episode adds up to an hour.
Yeah. Well, another thing I was gonna say. Well, yeah, David Tennant is actually. I think he said he's going to do he's going to do a voiceover role in the Avengers or something, or he's going to do in the Avengers 2 or it's in some Marvel movie.
Do you think it's going to be the Silver Surfer?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think that may be DC. I'm not sure. I don't know comic books and all the comic heroes or
I'm terrible
basically
at comic
anything
books.
about. Yeah, me too. All I know is that the
Unless they're from Japan, then I know.
That's manga.
Yes, which is kind of different. It's very different, actually. Same concept, though.
It's the same concept. It's like manga is like a full-on book. Like it's not
a volume.
What?
It's referred to as a volume, sir.
A volume. I never said it was what it was referred to as. I said it was a full-on book. Like it looks like a book and everything. And then a comic book is looks like a magazine.
True.
To be honest, the only thing I really know about comic books is that the very first edition of Walking Dead is worth a lot of money. That's really all I know.
Yeah. I didn't even know that. So
I only know that because my friend likes the Walking Dead comics. And yeah.
I see. Snooping as usual, I see. Did I send you a link to that?
Yeah.
Uh,
Is there anything else we need to discuss about?
we can discuss whatever we want. Whatever you want. I mean, we've got time. We've got all the time in the world.
Not really.
Yes. Yes, we do. We do indeed.
No.
Yes. Oh, by the way, have you noticed that in the original about Animal Crossing, they came out with New Leaf recently, and I noticed something. In the original GameCube version, I can tell that the sounds you can actually hear what the words they're the gibberish they say. You can tell if you listen really closely. they are actually saying the text at least in the original GameCube version.
Well, in New Leaf, because I actually got that, because I'm a big Animal Crossing fan. Uh, they like you can some words you can tell that they're actually saying. Like whenever eventually when you're playing it, you eventually get to go to this island, and then it's
The
where Tortimer is, who is the former mayor.
Yeah, he was the mayor in the GameCube version, I think.
He was the mayor in the majority of them, except for the new one.
Ah,
Basically, he he retired and went on a vacation to this island, and there's tournaments there. He hosts them, and whenever he's saying "get ready, get set, go," you can actually understand what he's saying there.
well,
Like
yeah.
it's clear, but
I think it's kind of like it. It's just really fast, and I think it's probably just made with a computer, kind of like Vocaloid songs, only a lot different.
I would think so.
Which, yeah. Um. So yeah, I think we're kind of closing things up here. Because we've run out of things to say. Because we're not really saying much anymore, are we?
Nope.
So, I think this ends the very first um UltraPod podcast from the official UltraPod. I just had to
It,
say
that sounds really weird.
it sounds so stupid.
It really does.
Alright, well, say goodbye to the internet for now.
Adios, amigos.
Okay then. And
Yeah.
yeah. Goodbye, kids. We'll see y'all again sometime soon. Are you ready?
He's a pedophile.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No,
You are a pedophile.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
Then don't talk like that.
Alright. Alright. And I think we shall stop now.